What's going on, you guys? Hero276 here, and welcome to today's Pokemon Go video. Today we are taking Ariados, Poison Sting, Cross Poison, and Lunge, Golbat with Wing Attack, Poison Fang, and Shadow Ball, and finally Wishcash with Mud Shot, Mud Bomb, and Blizzard. So yeah, this is a double Poison and Ground team. This is so toxic on the meta, but honestly, I just really hope that you guys enjoy this video, and please let me know of any feedback for future videos. Anyways, Ariados into Altaria. This is honestly not that bad. Dragon Breaths tear into us, but keep in mind, we have Lunge. So Lunge is going to debuff this Altaria's attack by one stage every time we use it, and we're almost at another Cross Poison by the time they get to a Sky Attack. So we can shield the Sky Attack safely and get our way to 2 Cross Poisons by their next Sky Attack. Now from this range, 2 Cross Poisons is going to KO, which is really nice here. So yeah, that's a Cross Poison. So this next one will KO if they let it go through. And oh, we get the boost. But in comes Skarmory. Of course, we get paired up with the 2 Pokemon that this team does the worst against. So Lunge is going to come through, and it's going to debuff the Skarmory before we go down. I'm going to come in with Wishcash and just basically soak damage right here. Skarmory is going to throw a move. It's a Brave Bird. That hurts. That's single debuffed, but man, that hurt. They swap Azu, and we counter swap with our Golbat, which is great. Poison Fangs will be dealing super effective damage and debuffing this Azu's defense by one stage every time we use it. They shield the first one, which is definitely a mistake, but in comes a move. We're going to eat an Ice Beam. Not the greatest, but we do survive. Now, this Cross Poison is going to come in, Poison Fang, and do even more damage because of the defense drop. So they should have let the first one go and then shielded the next 2. But in is going to come the third Poison Fang, and oh yeah, that does a ton of damage. So Wishcash is going to come back in, and we are going to farm up after they get off this move here. Here's an Ice Beam, so we're going to try to get our way to 100 energy, and we're there. Mud Bomb is going to come in and KO this Azu. And next up is going to be the Skarmory, and we can just get off the Blizzard right here. Blizzard will not KO, but as long as we get to another Mud Bomb, we'll be okay. It's going to just be a race to the next charge move. Oh, we snuck the Mud Shot through, but they get to a Sky Attack first. So that's going to be a good game right there. Very well played to my opponent. Very close. Okay, let's see some wins right here. 4 in a row. And we're going to go up against what looks like Candle's twin sister. So, Ariados versus Obstagoon, great lead right here. So, Lunges will be doing super effective damage and a lot more than you think that you would expect. Lunge is a very hard-hitting move for an attack-weighted Pokemon like Ariados. Look at the damage, folks. This is a great matchup also because counters are double resistant. As you can see, they're basically doing nothing. We sneak in a Poison Sting, which is really good. Night Slashes, unfortunately, start to add up, and we're already at about a third health. So we're going to go for the Cross Poison right here. This will be KOing the Obstagoon and help us preserve some energy. Next up, they bring in an Alolan Marowak, and we go for the Lunge. It doesn't really matter, but I do want the attack debuff. So we're going to go straight for the debuffing move. We don't get to the Cross Poison in time, but that's okay. We have a great response for Alolan Marowak in Wishcash, where Fire Spins are resisted, and basically everything else except for Fire Blast is doing neutral damage. Okay, so they're going to get off another Shadow Bone right here. Despite being debuffed, like the Night Slashes, they do start to add up. See, we're already at basically about a third health. So we do need to be wary about how much damage we're taking in. Oh, we simultaneous swap, except they simultaneous swap in a Victreebel, and we have a response for that in Golbat. Dominating matchup for Golbat. As you can see, Wing Attacks are doing a ton of damage, and Leaf Blades and Razor Leafs are double resisted. Yeah, that doesn't do much damage at all. So Alolan Marowak comes back in. Here comes the Poison Fang. I just want to debuff this thing. so that way Wishcash can just have an easier time up against it. So in comes Poison Fang number 2. This is going to be another defense drop. All right, going to let this go right here and let Wishcash just handle it. I do remember that I have a Mud Bomb stored, which is why I let this move go. And Mud Bomb is going to be taking out this Alolan Marowak. That's a good game right there. Very well played. And now it's going to start to get fun. Let's go into our third game right here. Who are we going up against? What's the game going to entail? All right, robot username. Ariados versus Charmer. Great lead for Ariados. This is exactly why we're running this team to hard punish Charmers. And they come in with Medicham. That's not a great response for this Ariados. Counters are still double resisted, and lunges still do a lot. And the opponent concedes. So that's a free win for us. Cool. Yeah, that's one of those things where, like, you don't know whether to feel bad for the opponent or good for yourself that you had such a dominating matchup. But yeah, Alex Kazam 15 is going to go up against us, and they have a Raichu. Raichu versus Ariados is a fairly neutral matchup. Literally everything does neutral except Brick Break on Raichu does double resisted. So Lunge is going to come through. That debuffs the attack. Raichu hits very hard, so I wanted to debuff its attack. Thunder Punch comes through, and it still does a ton of damage. And Thunder Punch is a fairly weak move. Alright, going across Poison right here. That does some decent chip damage. Raichu's also very glassy. So I'm going to shield up this move right here, knowing I can get to my next cross Poison and potentially KO. So they're either going to give us switch advantage or shield advantage. And they give us both shields. And we get the attack buff. So we're going to come in directly with Wishcash right here, soak any of the damage here from Thunder Punch. So, as you can see, it doesn't do a whole lot, and we could just Mudshot our way down. They have a Politoed in back, which tells me that they don't really have a great response for Wishcash. Alright. Mud Bomb. Going to come through, do some decent chip damage, and I swap into Golbat on the charge move. It's probably going to be Weather Ball Water. It is. And they swap in a Charmer. Opponent, a Charmer is not a great response for a Golbat. Charms are resisted, Poison Fangs are super effective and lower your defense. Alright, so another Poison Fang going to come through. Undercharge this one, so that way I can get an extra wing attack through. And Politoed is going to come back in, and the bubble animations are stunned. Literally, they cannot believe that they swapped in a Charmer against my Poison type. Okay, so we can just safely shield this and just clean up the back line with Wishcash. Beautiful. So we can just go straight for this Mud Bomb right here, and this will KO the Politoed. Good game. Very well played. I mean, was it very well played? They swapped in a Charmer on my Poison type, but anyways, I digress. Moving right along into Game 5 right here. Do we win this game? Do we win this game? Ariados into Clefable. This is a great matchup for Ariados, because remember, Poison type resists the Charm. Poison Stings are doing super effective, and so are these Cross Poisons. And just watch. That does so much damage. If I was attack buffed, that would have one-shot this Clefable. But yeah, that does like a good 75% of its health. So we Poison Sting all the way down. They come in with a Politoed. So we're going to go for this lunge right here and bank the next lunge. Come in with Wishcash, and they have a Cherrim Sunny form. Yikes. It's not a great matchup for Wishcash, so essentially I just turn switch advantage on myself, which is not that great. But, as you can see, Bullet Seeds, despite being double super effective damage, aren't doing a lot. And they go for a Weather Ball right here, which does about as much as a Bullet Seed. So, we're going to get off a Mud Bomb right here. I don't think I'm going to be able to get to the Blizzard in time. That does chip damage. And interestingly, we CMP tie. So, Weather Ball is going to take me out right here as opposed to them gaining energy. So, I'm going to come in with the Golbat right here. This is a pretty hard counter to Cherrim Sunny form. And they Dazzling Gleam me. Opponent, no, you Dazzling Gleam the poison type. That's resisted. Oh no. So Weather Ball's gonna come through. Weather Ball is always the way to go, by the way, when facing a poison type. And you have a choice between Dazzling Gleam and Weather Ball. Poison Fang going to come through. That defense drops the Politoed right there. Lunge is going to clean up right here. Almost takes out the Politoed. They're going to get to a move right here, but that's perfectly fine. I let this go because Golbat's still perfectly healthy and has a Poison Fang loaded. And second off, I just wanted the 2-shield flex. So good game right there. Very well played to my opponent. And we go 4-1. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed my first ever YouTube video on this channel. So any comments regarding feedback would be extremely useful and it would help me out a huge bunch. Anyway, stay tuned for Garchomp Community Day tomorrow. See you in the next one. Goodbye.